What's up, guys? Josh here with ATX Guitar Lessons. We're going to be looking at the song Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen. Very beautiful song. So there are a ton of chord changes in this, and I'm going to go through them pretty quickly. So if you don't already have the tab handy, or you have specific questions about that, let me know. I'm going to go through the chords pretty quick, but we are going to be looking at this finger style, like I was just playing it, and I'm going to try and simplify that for you. So I'm going to go through the verse chord progression, which is pretty long, and then the chorus chord progression. The chords aren't difficult, but it's just kind of a lot of back and forth. The tune is in 6/8, so it's a 3-feel, a compound time signature. So if you don't know what that is, look it up or message me. I'll be happy to talk about it. But you can just kind of go by the feel of the music. So let's go ahead and get started. So every chord is one measure. There's only one instance where that is not true, and it's going to be 2 chords in one measure, and they split the measure in half, and I'll let you know when that is. So I'm just going to kind of go through one measure at a time. This is the verse. So C major, A minor, C major, A minor, F major, G major, C major, G major, and then C major. This next measure is where it gets split with 2 chords. It's F, then G, then A minor, then F major, then G major, then E minor. I've seen an E major here sometimes, but I stick with an E minor, A minor, and an A minor again. That's the entire verse. And if you need to go back and listen to it again, I know I went very fast, just rewind the video. And then the chorus, you're going to start on, this is the Hallelujah part. We're going to F major, F major again, A minor, A minor again, F major, F major again, C major, G major, C major, and G major again. Okay, so I'm going to simplify the right hand, and if you're already kind of moving along in your finger style, then you can feel free to vary this up. But I'm going to try and keep us in a steady position, essentially, to where we don't have to think too much about moving the hand. We're already using all 4 of our fingers, thumb, index, middle, and ring. Of course, the pinky is not included here. So we're using all of these, and if you're not used to that motion, it does take time, and there is a lot of things to consider in terms of how your hand is set up on the guitar. And I have another video that talks about technique setup for fingerstyle, so I recommend going and check that out, because there's really a lot to think about, and I think that kind of gets discarded sometimes. Okay, so basically I'm just going to tell you what to play for each chord. So for every time you come across a C major chord, we're going to have our index on string 3. We're going to have our middle finger on string 2 and our ring finger on string 1. And we're going to keep it that way the whole time. All right, so they just kind of get used to being in that position, and the only thing that moves around is my thumb, and that's just finding the root of each chord, essentially. So if you know where your roots are, then that's a huge plus, but I'm going to mention that. So for the C major, thumb is going to play string 5. That's our root. And then index plays string 3. Middle finger plays string 2. Ring finger plays string 1. Right? And the pattern is just going from thumb up to the ring and then back. So thumb, index, middle, ring, middle, index. And that's a great exercise to work on to get those fingers moving the way you want them to, because it's not a very natural thing. Okay, so again, C major, string 5 with the thumb, string 3 with the index, string 2 with the middle, and string 1 with the ring. For your A minor chord, do the exact same thing. Right? For your F major, I'm going to play it this way, where we're not using a full bar. We're only barring strings 1 and 2 on fret 1 here. So my index, middle, and ring fingers stay the same. My thumb plays string 4 instead of string 5. Right? For your G major, you may have noticed I was grabbing it maybe a strange way, or I don't know if you're used to seeing that. But I don't need my string 5. If you want to go ahead and put on a full G major chord, then feel free. But because this stretch can be kind of weird for people, but I have finger 3 up here on my bass note, my G, and then my pinky on string 1 fret 3, and that's really all I'm doing. My thumb plays string 6 for the G major chord, and then same thing with your index, middle, and ring. For your E minor, I'd say it's good practice to go ahead and put your E minor chord down, but in this instance, you're actually not going to be using any of those strings, but you might get the strings ringing from playing the other ones, and that would be, it would interfere with the sound that you're trying to get. So I'd say it's good practice to go ahead and put your fingers down, whether you use 1 and 2 or 2 and 3. I like 2 and 3. So for the E minor, it's the same as the G major. Bass notes on string 6, index, string 3, middle, string 2, ring, string 1, and those are all open strings. And that's pretty much it. Now for the measure where you play F to G, both the chords are in one measure. I'm going to go ahead and finger the whole chord here, but I'm just going to play thumb, index, middle, that's strings 4, 3, 2, and immediately switch to a G major chord, and I only need to grab this because I'm not going to make it to string 1, so I'm going to play 6, 3, 2. Okay, I'm going to go through the tune a little bit. I'll go through the whole thing, and I'll do it kind of quickly. So if you need to review any information, go back. But here we go. Here's the chorus. That's it, guys. Have fun with that. If you haven't done a lot of fingerstyle, be patient with it. Take your time because it can be kind of frustrating at times. Really think about how you're moving your fingers and what muscles you're using. Don't pull on the strings, push on the strings. That's a big concept to get. Anyways, have fun. Please subscribe and like, and let me know if you have any requests. See you next time. Later.